everybody, back at it again. Sorry I didn't have a video last week. I kind of ran into some trouble with my car. I couldn't drive it, so I was like, because I couldn't have it registered in my name. It's a long story, but basically I wasn't going to modify anything until, like anything else, until I could actually get the paperwork to transfer the title into my name. So I like downright refused because I was like, I'm not going to waste money on something if I can't even actually like do anything with it. I couldn't even drive it. So I was kind of, it was a long story, but I finally got it completely situated, so finally get to actually do a video. So what I'm going to be doing today is my brother's coming over. We're going to be mostly working on his van. We're going to be turning his van into a camper. I'm trying to do anything I can to help him. I'm going to be wiring up a stereo system, amp, and a sub. You know, just kind of doing something like that. He's got like a 93 Dodge Ram camper van thing. I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, that's what we're going to be doing today. I figured while I wait for him to get here, I might as well re-hook up my sub. Just because, you know, I do miss having the ability to listen to music as loudly as I'd like to. So I'm going to do that really quickly. I just got to reconnect the wiring. Shouldn't take too long. I just got to reconnect the antenna amp wire, I think it's, or the accessory wire, not antenna. Got to reconnect the accessory wire and then just reconnect all the wires in the trunk. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So since I'm pretty sure I haven't recorded this part, you're going to pull out your cup holder. You got a screw right here and one right here. They're already taken out because I already knew I was going to have to redo this. And then this just slides right out. Yeah, I still got some paint from the peel coat, but you know, it looks fine for the most part. So everywhere else I taped it off and did all that. Anyway, that's not the point. So then you just go in here and just kind of rig or pull this all out very gently. You don't want to break any clips. Come on. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, so I had to do that off camera real quickly, but there's these clips right here. You don't want them to break. Well, there's just that one, but you know, the rest is held in by just screws. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna unplug. So basically you're just gonna grab this guy right here, pinch and pull out. It's easier to do with two hands. After you're done that, this part right here is actually pretty easy. I'm just gonna set this aside right now. This part's actually pretty easy. You just kind of gently pull on it. You don't, like I said, clips, you don't want to break them. And then it just comes right out. And then I'm just going to leave it right there just because, I mean, I got to where I want to get to. Now this one's missing a screw right there and right there. I don't know why. I just know they're missing. But anyway, I didn't install this stereo or anything. This was already in here. So you're just going to take out those 4 screws when you have all 4. In my case, just the 2, and then you can get to the wiring in the back. So that's what we're gonna do next. So what I did is I just put my screws in here in the center console. I got all my tools and stuff, parking, all that stuff. Yeah. Anyway, and then this should just like, well, this piece just comes right off. It's just one of those crap aftermarket ones. And then this should just like slide right out. Oh wait, I grabbed the wrong spot. See how it just kind of grip it, and then it slides right out. Be careful because the sides right here are holding this piece in. So, you know, like I said, this is aftermarket, so it's not gonna be the same for if you have a stock car. But yeah, that's pretty much what you got to do. Just kind of gently pull it out. See, yeah, it just kind of pops right off. So you're just gonna gently pull the big guy out and make sure you don't like get it snagged on anything. And then we're back to square one where I was a couple weeks ago when I took all the wiring apart. As you can see, there's like this exposed wire right here. Illumination. Yeah, that's the illumination wire. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna connect all these. This one is also exposed. I think that was the one that was connected to the actual power supply for the amp. I'd have to double check, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. So something I noticed last time, I put this here just as a temporary protection because I know it's going to come back to this, but the previous owner or whoever did the car last, that's how their solder job was. Well, it's kind of blurry, but that was their solder job right there. It's not great. So I'm gonna redo it. Make sure you always use heat shrink and a soldering iron, because you don't want to mess this up. You don't want to make mistakes. You know, you want to just do it right the first time. Mine is preheating right now. Not really feeling any heat off of it. I got my sponge, it's got water on it, whatever, so it stays clean. But that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing most of it today. So, yeah. See, much more secure. So basically, what I did was I had them fanned out like this, and I had them like combined together, and then closed them, and then twist them a little bit just to make sure that they like had a nice connection. And then I soldered over them, and I made sure I tried to go all the way around just because I didn't want any potential for weakness in the connection. And then you put it on the heat shrink, and then use a lighter, and then beep, done. Simple as that. So when you go to solder it, you should have your heat shrink over the wire, and then make sure that it's nice and together like that. It's kind of a short wire, unfortunately. It's not quite as long as I wanted it to be, but it's got to do. So that's pretty much how you got to get it ready for solder. So the baby Jesus, known as my little brother, is here, and we're working on his van. We're going to start off with the stereo. We're going to be adding an amp, or maybe 2 subs, depending on how he likes the sound. And we're also going to be adding a new stereo deck, because that thing has got to go. It's finicky as hell. It doesn't work most of the time. No, so we are definitely going to be making it work. Yes. And what's working without a bill? So it's another day. I always start when airplanes are going off in the air and all that shit. But I did find one thing, so I'm going to be setting up my amp setup, reconnecting it and everything. And I did find something previously that I'm going to be fixing. Actually, a few things. So the first thing I'm going to be fixing is the wiring. So if you look at it right here, you got electrical tape all over it, and then these wires are just, well, you can't really tell, but there you go. They're kind of exposed, and I don't like how exposed they are, so I'm gonna add like a connector to them, like a little ring connector, just to make sure that I can keep it nice and safe. I mean, you know, as much as possible. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna re-solder on the wires together. I gotta take apart, let's see if I can do this on camera. You know what, here we go. I'm gonna try and take apart this connector and remove all that tape and crap. Just cause like, I don't know if it was soldered properly, but I'd rather use heat shrink because it's a lot safer. And it's, you know, just better. And I'm already seeing, is that mold in there? Yeah, because these can, like, the thing with electrical tape is, yeah, it's not even soldered. It's, god damn it. So, you know, it's not soldered, it's exposed wire. Let me show you. So look at this. Oh, let's see if it'll, whatever. It's just, you know, it's not even properly protected. It just looks like crap. It's just, I hate when people don't solder. It's just like, come on, dude, it's not that hard. That's exposed wire. Like, they're touching each other. Come on, man. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? So anyway, eventually I'm gonna get the one from my Lancer. I just don't have enough time to do that today. But I gotta get this crap fixed. So I'm gonna do that today, right before work. Hopefully I'll have enough time. I mean, you can see it's like melted. Well, you can't see it for some reason, but it's not. I hate fucking phone cameras. Anyway, yeah, it just falls apart. I'm going to be fixing that, so I'll get back to you when I'm done with that. So on second thought, I actually might not be able to do it that way. There's not enough of the positive wire inside, so that's the negative. But it's so small, you can't even see it. Like, oh God, there's so little wire to actually solder to, which is really annoying. I might be able to make do, but like I'm not having my hopes up. Yeah, there's like no wire to solder to. Like there's like 3 strands. So I gotta do it the hard way, which means I have to go and get the wire for my Lancer. We got an hour and a half to do this, so hopefully I'll have enough time, but it just really sucks. So I took out the back seat because the way it's wired previously, I'm just gonna follow that. You know, I got the bottom seat out, and then I got it wired through this, so it's not gonna like snag or anything. Like you can see, it's, you know, easily pulled. So I got wired through there. That blue one right there is the accessory wire, and then I'm just gonna basically, what I did is I tied it right here, and I'm hoping that when I go to undo my stereo, I can just pull this wire and it'll kind of feed through. It's gonna have some complications, I know. It's gonna have some snags, but at least if I can get it under the wire for now. What the hell? Why is everything like melting into the Dynamat? Oh, must get like really hot or something. It's weird. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm basically gonna be wiring it through the carpet. I already loosened up this guy. Whee! And then through there, because that's kind of how the previous dude did it. So I got all the wire through. Before anything else, I want to let you know that if you need to do the same method I'm doing, there's a screw right here, right before the shifter, which is after the e-brake. So there's the e-brake. If you have an after, like the Blob-Eye stick shift center console, this would be a good time to replace it. But otherwise, you know, if you're just doing what I'm doing, or if you're just trying to get into, I need to get a new shifter boot. Anyway, if you're just trying to get, you know, your short shifter in there, or if you're trying to get your amp set up, you know, and you want to do it like this, you know, this was actually a really good method. I really like how he set it up, except for the fact that it was burning into the carpet. But I think that's because it had shorts. Anyway, there's also two screws right here. To get to those, to be able to make this whole thing move, there's 2 screws in here in the center console, if it'll stop being crazy. So, you know, in the arm rest piece. Yeah, you just undo that, and then you get those 3 screws, and then I used this wire and tied a knot around the connector pieces, and then just kind of fed it through. You gotta be very careful. You don't want to rip it. You don't want to damage it or anything. But it's definitely not, you know, for the faint of heart. It's not something you want to do if you haven't done this before. You have to kind of pull this out. It's got some clips. You can kind of see one right there. It's got clips right there that sit over that. This piece also just clips in. You know, it just clips into place, but I haven't screwed in all the screws, so I'm not going to clip it in yet. But anyway, yeah, now's a good time to actually do everything. I can't wait until I can get a new shifter knob. I hate this shifter knob. It's beat to crap, but that's for another day. So upon further evaluation, I decided that this would be the perfect time to reroute my cigarette lighter plug. Not the plug itself, but the actual one that goes to my adapter piece, because the way I had it before was it was like covering over the white of the bezel right there, through the bottom right here, and I really didn't like how it was looking. It was kind of driving me crazy, so I figured, you know what, this is the best time to get it pulled through here, so it's down here, and I pulled it down the side through this way. You can kind of see where the wire is. So I'm gonna plug it in like this, into it. Can't really see it, but I'm gonna plug it in like that. You'll see what I mean when I'm done, but I figured that'd be a perfect time to do this right now. So I got the subwoofer and the amp all reconnected and everything. I got the back, I got it facing towards the car, just because, you know, that way it's not blowing out and being wasted. Plus I can actually open that center piece just to kind of give it like some ventilation. It's only on 8 right now, but that's only 16, so I'm pretty happy with it. I didn't have to rewire everything because it was already pre-wired and everything. I just basically had to reconnect everything, and so that's pretty much all I had to do. So other than that, that's all I really have time for today because I have to go to work, and yeah. Oh, I didn't actually get to show you yet. So now my you know, cigarette lighter adapter or piece or whatever goes right there. You know, this is just my phone charger, so I can just flop that to the side. Karagi! But before it had like the wire right here, and now it's actually nice and tucked in there, so it's out of the way. It doesn't look unsightly. But now, yeah, it's all put back together. It looks nice and pretty. So now I can actually have, you know, a little bit more pride in my work. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more of me, just hit that subscribe button, like, comment this video, and until next time.